Anita.
And this week we're talking about the wonderful Castellari product. Arborlab, we have a great range of Castellari products, ranging from the Secateurs down to your Loppers, down to your hedge shoes, and these are brilliant.
Yeah, they really are. They're made, as Sinead said, by a company called Castellari, which is Italian, and they make their products, the secateurs, the hedge shears, the loppers. They even have pneumatic tools and pole saws, but they make them with the commercial market in mind. Now that doesn't mean if you're a home user or if you're a landscaper that you can't use them, that they're overkill for you. It just means they'll be an incredibly strong tool that you will probably have for your lifetime. So you'll be putting it in the will for someone that you really like, because these are so nice. So as Sinead mentioned, we have a range here of the secateurs. So there's 5 different kinds that we have in store at the moment. Now this one here, which is the universal, and she lies, mine's universal, hers is the universal ergonomic. They're a very similar secateur, probably one that a lot of people are used to seeing the look of. It's a parrot beak style secateur. So a lot of people love these because the parrot beak side of the secateur sort of works like a finger, like it picks up the branch that you want to cut, and sort of, a lot of branches here, holds onto it for you as you go to cut. So that stationary part is really handy as a lifting, manoeuvring sort of holder device on the secateur. But the difference between Sinead's ones to the ones that I'm holding is they call those the ergonomic because they've really put a lot of thought into how the hand holds the handles, how it moves, and what's going to be most comfortable in the hand. So they believe that shape is going to give you the most comfort and reduce the amount of fatigue that the hand gets from using a secateur. So very simple in construction, but very strong and very good materials that they use, so they really do last. Yeah. The other thing you'll notice with them is the blades have a blackened section in the middle there. Now what that is it's a hollowing out, so they've hollowed out the insides of those blades, and then that means that when you're cutting with them, you're not getting that whole surface of the blade rubbing against the branch that you're cutting, so it's going to feel a lot easier, it's going to reduce friction, and that's why the cut's going to feel so much nicer to do. Now the other thing they have is the release and locking lever there is just where the thumb goes, so you can easily sort of open and close that. And then the handles have a sort of a rubbery coating on them to give you a bit of grip. And that is the universal and the ergonomic secateurs in the Castellari range. Now everything on them is replaceable as well, which is pretty important because particularly in a commercial sense, things happen and things do get damaged, so you want to be able to replace those parts when you need to. The other style they have is a product called a TI91, which Sinead's going to hold, then a B12 and a Taya, I think it's called. Apologies if we pronounce some of these words wrong, but yeah, it's not my area of specialties, that language. So the unique thing with these 3 secateurs is they're double cutting secateurs. So they've got 2 sharpened blades cutting into the branch when you're snipping. So the benefit of this is when you cut a branch, you're always damaging it in some way. So when we're talking saws, secateurs, loppers, we're always talking about what is the purpose behind what you're doing. Are you cutting this out to remove it, or are you simply tidying it and maintaining it? And if that is the case, the type of cut you give is really important, because if you damage that branch too much when you cut it, you have the potential of causing that branch to die, down the shaft. So you could end up with a large portion of that branch that's dead and doesn't look very nice, and it's sharp and not really ideal. Or you could split it in such a way that it allows bacteria and bugs and stuff to get in there, so that you will cause a disease in the tree and then you might actually lose it. So that's why it's important to think about what's actually happening when we're cutting our branch, whether it be with saws or secateurs. So with the double blades, these are sort of evenly going into the branch, so you're not crushing it very much, you're not causing a lot of damage to the cells of the branch, because you're evenly biting into that material and cutting it. And it also gives quite a nice smooth surface. So as far as a tree is concerned, these sorts of secateurs give the nicest cut. Not necessarily as comfortable and easy to use as that parrot beak, but definitely as far as the tree is concerned, better for it to heal and doesn't damage it as much. Now, the one that Sinead's got has again that blackened area, so they've hollowed out that blade again. So that's going to feel very easy to use. The Taya that I have here doesn't have that, and neither does the B12. But what the Taya has that's very unique is it's just two solid moulded bits of steel that are creating this secateur, whereas with these ones they've lightened them up by using the aluminium handles and then attached the blades to them, so much lighter. But this is super strong, super robust. So we sell these a lot for olive groves because it's a very hard wood, very sticky, sappy wood, and so it tends to damage secateurs really, really quickly and easily. So with these, very simple construction, not a lot there for anything to get in the way of, and they will just last and last and last. So happy tree, happy secateurs, happy owner. And then the B12 that I've tucked under my arm here, very similar design to the Taya that I just showed you, but it has the lightning side of it. So they've used again the aluminium handles. Now the difference is, as we mentioned, that has the hollow blades, these don't, so you are going to feel a bit more of the friction, but they have kind of shaped the blade sort of in a little bit of a curved motion, so it'll lift it and hopefully won't cause that feeling of rub very much. So when I say, you know, that's going to feel really easy to use, it doesn't mean that these are hard, it's just in comparison that will feel easier than these ones will. But these have a flattened section at the back, which a lot of people require in a commercial sense and a lot of home gardeners want, so that they can give a perfect flush cut to the tree. So both of these have the flattened section at the back and then the sort of triangularly curved shape at the top. So a bit of a difference there with those secateurs, and quite unique. I don't know, I haven't seen too many others with that style, so they're quite nice. And then moving on to the Loppers in the Castellari range. Now, the Loppers, again, very strong, designed for commercial use. There's a few different styles. Again, the aluminium handles to give the lightweightness and strong steel blades. So these are the bypass. Bypass are your easiest feel to use, but you can only use them on soft to medium sort of density timbers, otherwise you have the chance of pulling those blades out of alignment. But as far as the tree's concerned as well, it gives not too much damage to the branch, which is good. And then these ones that Sinead has is very similar to those universal secateurs we were looking at, with the parrot beak style blade again and sort of finger configuration. Hollowed out blade again, so very easy to use. And if Sinead flips these around, they have a unique design feature, which is this cantilevered handle here. Now that really makes it feel so much easier to use and takes a lot of the weight away from cutting. So it's quite amazing how that works. But very, very nice secateur, very nice lopper to use, and again will just last and last. But like anything, abuse it, cut rocks, cut tree roots which have got grit and gravel and things, you will damage the blades, and in which case you'll have to replace them. But the great thing is everything is replaceable with Castellari as well, so that's really good.
Yeah.
These come in 2 handle lengths, which is, this is an 80, and then we also have a 60. And the bypass I mentioned earlier come in 3 lengths. So the little baby ones, the 40s, then they, sorry, here's the babies. So we have the little baby ones, I think they're the 40s, and then we have the 60s, and again the 80s and the bypass, so 3 length options.
Yeah.
And then they're the 2 length options with curved.
Yep, so the 60 and then the 80 as well. So.
And then we have the one other option with the lopper, which is the straight. So they also do a straight version. This one's only available in the 80, but the longer length is great because it gives you that extra height option, which is really good. Same cantilevered handle, which is excellent, gives you that easy feel of cutting, and the same hollowed out blade, which is important in a lopper to give you that ease of cut, the reduction of friction. So yeah, really, really nice to use.
Yeah.
And then we have,
here you go, this one.
the hedge shears.
Yes.
So these are, you know, self-explanatory. They're to cut hedges and whatever really you want. Somebody brought them the other day for long grasses. So just again, quality, beautiful quality, designed to last, designed to do a lot of work. And again, everything's replaceable should you need to. Nice soft rubber stoppers, so it makes it very comfortable to use. you know, nice sound when they cut. You can hear the blades touching all the way along, and yeah, they're just beautiful to use. And again, 2 lengths.
Yeah. So brilliant.
So yeah, not huge specs today for you on the Castellari, but a lot of people, unless you're in the commercial world, may not have seen them. So that's why we thought it would be important to do a video for you today, so that you can see that these are available. They are top end, they're beautiful, so nice to use, really a privilege to use if you're a home gardener, and in a commercial sense they're kind of like a necessity. It costs you money if you don't have tools of this quality.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just going to do a little demo with those Taya secateurs that I mentioned.
Yep.
They just cut so well. I mean, this is obviously...
Oh, wow.
Sinead's used it so many times.
Yes.
But yeah, they're just a pleasure to use. And actually, apparently there's like a hairline gap between the blades, so they don't literally touch when you close the handles. They touch, but with a hairline. They don't touch. They don't touch. There is a hairline gap, so they go really close, but not actually touch.
They are. So brilliant on softwood. Doesn't like. It feels like nothing. And they're just excellent.
Just going to turn Sinead around so that you can see what she's doing.
They're just excellent secateurs if you what you need to add to your kit along with everything else that we have. But yeah, especially when you get to the large branches as well, makes a cool click sound.
And bigger ones again.
And sorry.
Bigger branches.
And bigger branches. Woohoo!
And even bigger.
And even bigger, like this big one here. Yeah!
And can we go any bigger?
See, they are good. Can we go any bigger?
Oh, now you're really testing them.
No. That's super sharp blades are stuck in the branch. Back up! I need back up!
There we go.
And then going bigger as well, we can just go right down to the very end. And this is the style cup that has left behind with the secateurs.
So this is actually our last video for this year. We hope that you've enjoyed all the videos we've made this year.
Yeah, it has been a privilege getting to know you guys as well. It's been fun with all your calls and yeah, so it's really, really nice.
Yeah, we've had some regular commenters, which is really lovely. It makes the week fun to read all the messages.
It does.
And please, like we've said in the past, if there's any subjects that you would like us to talk about, any products you'd like us to talk about, we've got some amazing new knives in. So next year we'll be talking about the knives. We've got gentlemen's knives.
Yes, they are pretty cool. You have to find out next year what they are.
Yes, and we also have some pretty amazing full-on survival bushcraft, just have to have knives that have like months and months when we order them before they turn up, because they are like handmade for every order, so they're pretty cool. So we'll be talking about those next year, plus lots of other things.
Lots more. Yeah.
And anything you suggest.
Yes, but we are sure we will fill you in at every adventure that we go on.
Yes, you enjoy your holiday break if you're having one.
Yeah.
We're away for 2 weeks, so you won't get any videos from us for 2 or 3 weeks, sorry.
No, but thank you all again, and we will see you bright and fresh next year.
We're all browned and refreshed.
Yes.
Brown, is that a thing? Tad. Peeled, maybe pink in my case, and peeling. See you.
Bye. Thought I had it.
You'll be good. I want to put it back. I'm just going to help Sinead with the demonstration because she's kind of like the handle propped up on something over there. So now she's going to put this back.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm trying to like...
Next week. We're not very accurate this week.
That is good.
So yes, we can go. I'm doing my curved above my head saw. Sinead's doing her
straight,
maybe sideways. I don't know if you can see that.
Kind of aiming towards the pulse saws in a. Oh man. Why? I just want to speak properly. Hi. Oh.